All right. Oh, there he is. Hello, TikTok or YouTube, whatever your names are. Hey, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm good today. This is, like I've got everything set up normally. TikTok's actually ready to go. Shocker. Let's go live on TikTok. Exactly. Remember the likes. Remember the likes. Remember the likes. There we go. And TikTok is ready too. Not bad. I was going to put on should I put on my other light? I don't think we need it. I usually have the other light I put on to fill in, but honestly, I think this light is pretty good as is. Even on TikTok, it cuts a little of the light on this side, but I don't think it looks bad. I usually put on like an overhead light, but I think maybe because with all the light behind me and stuff, the dimmer light on TikTok looks good, I think. So, oh, hello guys. There isn't a ton of news today, I have to say. We've got news though, but there isn't a ton. It's not great, most of it. Big surprise. What do you do? Thank you for the gifts. Anyway, welcome everybody. John Aravosis here. It is Friday, December 19th. Oh my God. Oh shit. I still have a couple of Christmas gifts. We're in trouble on those. And I've got to figure out mine still, which I have not. Like for my siblings to get me, and I've been looking at toaster ovens and things, and they're hard. My toaster oven's dying and I need a new one. But looking at them, they're not like they were small and easy before. They're all big and complicated now. I'm having a very hard time with this. Hey, Wojo. Anyway, I will be doing auctions again. The problem with the auctions was I started doing them. TikTok won't let me promote them because them. And half the auction items people didn't even auction. So like I'm not quite sure what to do. I can try them again, but like I couldn't promote them on the air because TikTok gets upset. So people weren't auctioning, which is not a good thing. I do follow Ukraine war. Literally nothing's happening, Peter. There's no news. There's a little bit of news I'm going to tell you at the end, but there's no news. So I can't spend an hour talking about a war that has no news at all. There's no news about Ukraine other than Trump is trying to screw them over. The Europeans just gave a big tranche of aid, like $100 billion to the Ukrainians. So I'm going to tell you at the end, but there's no news from Ukraine. Otherwise, there just isn't. It stopped. I started covering Trump because Trump mattered, but also the Ukrainian news kind of died about a year and a half ago, meaning the volume of news was every day, tons of news. And then it became like not that much news. So yeah, covering it, but there's only so much news to give you. So unfortunately, anyway, let's get rolling. We're going to talk about Epstein. We're going to talk about Trump. I will talk about the Trump stuff first, just because, he's so obvious. I sort of said on Facebook today, the one good thing about Trump and all the bad things he's doing to try to like rehabilitate his name is they're so desperate and they're so bad that all he's doing is destining his name to be in the dustbin of history. Trump, yesterday, remember, we reported that Trump, oh my God, he says, I was so surprised. I had no idea. Trump claimed that today. I had no idea that the Kennedy Center board unanimously voted to make Trump the new name on the Kennedy Center. So now it's the Trump and Kennedy Center. Yeah, he lied. It wasn't unanimous. We found out yesterday. Big surprise. Again, they lied. Surprise. It wasn't unanimous. One of the women who's on the board. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's a cute one. Thank you, Mia. Oh, no, that wasn't Mia. That was Terry. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. One of the women who's on the board was on the phone call when anybody on the board tried to jump in and talk about the proposal to put Trump's name on the Kennedy Center. They muted them. They literally muted the board members. They had no discussion about doing it. They then claimed it was unanimous. It wasn't. Literally, the woman's like they wouldn't even let her vote. So what a surprise. This is North Korea, right? Big surprise. He's acting like North Korea. He's acting like the Soviets. He's acting like the communist Chinese. And there are unfair elections. Again, Donald Trump having an unfair election. What a surprise. Lying about it. So yeah, he claimed it was unanimous. It wasn't. They didn't let some of these guys vote. They didn't let any of them speak about the proposal. And the best part was Trump today, I had no idea. I'm so honored. Well, they already had the letters ready to go and the staff ready to go, the engineering guys, to put Trump's name on the Kennedy Center today. So the vote was yesterday afternoon, but this morning they had the letters going that matched the other letters put up in the 1960s. Sure they did. Again, he's lying. But again, the one good thing, Donald Trump thinks, again, this is what Donald Trump thinks he's John F. Kennedy. Oh, so adorable. So adorable. Donald Trump is, there's no president to compare Donald Trump to because he's at the bottom of the bin, literally. Worst president we've ever had, one of the worst human beings we've ever had, but certainly the worst president we've ever had. I don't know what to compare. I mean, I'd have to be a better student of American history to know like all those presidents we can't remember. You know what I mean? Like all the presidents who you go, he was a president? Or then there's people like Benjamin Franklin, who we think was a president and would have been a good one, but wasn't. But all those presidents that we just can't like recall. So maybe there's somebody who was worse than Trump. Maybe. I'm not convinced. But again, the good thing is he's so desperate to be loved. He's so desperate. Like, well, Warren Harding, I've heard of at least. Julian said Warren Harding. Warren Harding, I've heard of. There are some of the ones in the middle. Like, look at the 1800s. There's a couple of those that I'm not sure I've heard of. Maybe I have heard of all of them. I don't know. But he's so desperate to be loved and popular, and he's so desperate to rehabilitate his name. Think about this, guys. Think about this, okay? He puts his name on the Kennedy, okay, performing arts. Donald Trump and performing arts, Donald Trump and culture going together? Like, come on. He puts his name on the Kennedy Center the same week that his staff at the White House do an expose in Vanity Fair with all the Vanity Fair photos. Can we talk about desperate? I mean, think about this. MAGA, what MAGA represents, and they wanted to be in Vanity Fair? They wanted Vanity Fair. MAGA wanted Vanity Fair photos? I mean, right? MAGA is supposed to be this populist movement, anti-establishment, regular guy. Vanity Fair is as establishment. It is as rich, white establishment. Oh, they don't care about white, of course. I mean, they're fine with that. But it's as rich establishment as you get, Vanity Fair. The notion that Donald Trump's staff were basically desperate to get their pictures taken by Vanity Fair makes me laugh. As I said, I got my picture taken by Vanity Fair, but I don't pretend to be MAGA. I thought it was cool, but it's liberal cool. It's establishment cool. It's not MAGA cool. But think about the same week that Trump is, and again, the Kennedy Center, the performing arts. Trump must have his name on the Performing Arts Center. That's not MAGA. That's a guy who's desperate to be accepted by the big boys who don't like him. I forgot, somebody had explained this. I'm forgetting what it was when they were explaining Donald Trump in New York and all of that. It was a wonderful, I think it was during the first presidency. And it was they were explaining Trump and thank you, Marianne, for the hat. They were keep the gifts coming. I didn't do my gift pitch. Keep the gifts coming, guys. Your gifts are very important. We like them. Obviously, subscriptions are great, but gifts are very helpful too. I appreciate them. Oh, thank you, Garden Girl. You are Snow Angel with the dino. What was I saying? I mean, I was about Trump and trying to get the establishment to like him. I know what it was. The guy in New York, somebody in New York had described Trump and all of his efforts to basically like attack the New York Times, but he loves the New York Times. Donald Trump, his dream in life is to be embraced by the New York Times. His dream in life is to be Times Man of the Year. It's very old, the concept of Times Man. His dream in life is the Nobel Prize. He wants to be at the top of the establishment because we all knew this anyway. I mean, Donald Trump as MAGA regular guy, Donald Trump going to what the hell's the car race? I'm already forgetting. What's the big auto race that the Republicans always like to embrace? It's not the Indy, it's the other one, right? Donald Trump? No, it's not the Indy. NASCAR, exactly. Indy, people like me go to the Indy. The NASCAR is the other guys. I've been to Indy, actually. Donald Trump trying to be NASCAR? No, right? Donald Trump doesn't like NASCAR. I mean, I don't think Donald Trump is a big fan of most of his supporters, to be honest. Donald Trump wants to be loved by the New York Times. Donald Trump wants to be the president of the New York Times. He wants to be the president of Vanity Fair. He wants to be the president of Wall Street, of New York City. He moved to Mar-a-Lago, but he wants to be New York City. So that's what cracks me up with all of this is putting his name on the Kennedy Center. He's desperate. He's desperate to be accepted, and he's not going to be accepted. We're laughing at him. We're laughing at him even more now. Once he leaves the presidency, however that happens, we're going to be mocking him nonstop. Twitter may not let me. Who knows? You never know with Twitter. But the notion that anybody is going to, the notion that anybody is going to respect, don't speak ill. Oh, we'll be speaking ill. We'll be speaking ill. I will be the first one. All of us will. He's the worst president in American history. And he's a horrible human being. It's horrible what he's doing to this country. His name will be removed from everything. We need to remove his name from everything when he's gone. Everything. Everything he's built gets torn down. The east wing of the White House needs to be torn down. That new ballroom should be torn down. And they should put the damn east wing back. Nothing. He wants to put that monument that the Germans had in World War, that the Germans, the bad Germans from World War II, they had a big arch that the bad H-man wanted. I think he either wanted to build or he built. I think he wanted to build it. And Trump wants to build the same arch in Northern Virginia. Everything needs to be torn down. And I don't know that Democrats have the balls to do it, to be honest. And they should. Democrats should come in and say, this is a travesty. This is just like South Africa. This is just like Argentina, Chile, when they overthrew the military dictatorships, or in South Africa's case, overthrew the apartheid state. And they had to have a peace and reconciliation commission to come in and basically make the bad guys pay. The bad guys need to pay. Democrats, Republicans, whoever wins, that's normal next time. There has to be no more of this, let's all come together, kumbaya. That's what Biden tried. Look what it got us. Biden's kumbaya got us this guy coming back and doing insane things to our country, right? They need to come in next time and say, and don't be embarrassed about it. People should stop being embarrassed when dealing with Trump supporters and say, you might be nice people. You voted for the worst president in American history. I mean, again, I can't even say the things that I want to say about Trump because we've always got to be careful because of TikTok. But people should stop being even vaguely worried about it. You need to call it out on what it is and say you should be embarrassed and we're going to take our country back. And we're not going to be ashamed to do exactly what you did, which is to go as loud with our voices as we want to. Anyway. Man, oh man, oh man. So this is actually very good, interesting news. Elise Stefanik, Republican in the House, is not going to run for, she's dropping out of the race for governor of New York, and she's going to not run for the House of Representatives again. She's gone. I mean, she's going to finish her term, but she's not running next year. Elise Stefanik was a big deal. Now, she got elected 10 years ago as a moderate Republican from New York. And then when Trump came along, she was one of those who was like, oh no, now I'm MAGA. So she went from being a moderate Republican to MAGA. Okay. And she, what is that? I don't even know what that is. Sorry. I'm like looking at TikTok's things. Really? Achieve this optional goal to win a 24-hour live goal theme. I don't know what that means. Let's start it anyway. TikTok has some weird live goal. I'm putting it up. I have no idea. If you buy 40 Snoke ice cream cones as gifts, it does something. I have no idea. It's worth a try. Oh, you guys are going to do it anyway. You're already like 25% there. TikTok's got some goofy thing. We get some kind of theme package or something. You guys are funny. Thank you for that. I have no idea what it does. Maybe does it? Well, let's see if it gives us something on the screen or something. Cute idea, but I'm not sure what it gets us. They're so okay. Well, we got it. Thanks. Oh. Wait, no, that was TikTok. I thought that was you guys. Okay. Does it say anywhere on the? Well, thanks, guys. Does it say anywhere on the screen that we got this now? I don't know. There's nothing else on this. I mean, it gave the gift, which was cool. Supposedly it lasts for 24 hours. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, guys. John in a box. I don't know. Supposedly it lasts for 24 hours, but I don't see what else it is now. Well, anyway. Okay. Well, that was fun. Thank you, guys. Fallen's buying 25 ice cream cones. Thank you, Fallen. Anyway. So yeah. Oh no. So Elise Stefanik, this is huge. So she gets elected as a moderate Republican. She then turns MAGA because she's a Trumper. She was on her way. I mean, she was a big Republican leadership, this kind of stuff. She's not running for election again. Now, we don't know the whole story, but typically what happens with this stuff, and we already heard warnings about this, that a lot of House Republicans were not going to run for election because they're planning on losing next year. They're planning on losing the House. They are convinced they're going to lose the House of Representatives next year to Democrats. And her leaving, and basically the House, the Senate, it's not fun to be in the minority, meaning the other party controls the House or Senate. But in the Senate, you still have a lot of power. In the House, you have no power whatsoever. If you are in the minority in the House, your power is gone. It sucks. So typically when the party in power has sensed that they're going to get blown out and lose the election next year in the House, they typically start to quit. And there was a story I read it to you guys a week or two ago, some analysis in Axios or wherever it was, Politico, one of them, and there were Republicans saying, like, not off the record, I guess they were saying, like, not for attribution. So they were giving quotes, but not their names. And the Republicans said, oh yeah, people are convinced in the House, the Republicans, that they're going to lose next year. And you're going to see a lot of people drop out. So this is good. She's going to stay until next year, but very good. And somebody had asked once, why does it matter? Like, what does it mean if Democrats take back? What does it mean for Trump? Which is a very good question. What it means is Democrats will control the committees in the House of Representatives. They will have huge staffs to do investigations. Thank you, Savage. They will have huge staffs to do investigations. They will have lots of money because they're the majority. So they will be able to hire staff to do investigations. They'll be able to do the investigations. They'll be able to do hearings. Democrats can do hearings on whatever they want. The Jeffrey Epstein stuff, they can do hearings. Trump's crazy, weird inside deals, like the crypto deal that he made $5 billion, creepy as hell, right? They could have hearings on all of this stuff. Oversight. Exactly, Julian. So it's a big deal. Also, Trump can't get anything passed legislatively unless the Democrats agree. That's a huge change, right? I mean, so it's a big deal. We haven't won yet, but it's a big deal if Democrats are able to take back the House of Representatives next year. So very good stuff. Very good stuff. Why do they get away with everything? I mean, the reason they get away with everything right now is a couple different things. One, they do control Congress, and Trump has kind of controlled the courts as well, right? So he's able to do stuff that's kind of illegal and he gets away with it. That's the first problem. Second problem is Democrats suck at messaging, and they always have. Barack Obama, it was a scandal that Barack Obama wore a tan suit. How dare a president wear a tan suit? That's too casual. And the Republicans turned it into a scandal. They do. Donald Trump and the Republicans turned it into a scandal that remember, Joe, that they claimed falsely that Obama was born in Kenya, and they just kept it going. And Obama finally had to release his birth certificate, and they claimed it was the wrong birth certificate. I mean, they're very good at this. They are great at messaging, and we suck at it. I mean, I always say they can message a lie wonderfully, and we can't even message the truth. Gavin Newsom, he's good at it. His PR people are good at it. But generally speaking, Democrats suck at it. I mean, that's why he's getting away with it, because he's just kind of like doing it, like the Kennedy Center stuff. He's just doing it. The boats in the Caribbean that they're attacking, they're just doing it. They got rid of the Department of Education. Illegal, they're doing it. Right? They renamed the Defense Department. Illegal, they're doing it. They can't change the name of the Defense Department. He can't change the name of the Kennedy Center. It's illegal. Only Congress can do it. He did it anyway, because he just kind of figures, what's he going to do? What are you going to do about it? Anyway, the Justice Department today released hundreds of thousands of documents related to the investigation of Jeffrey Epstein and proceeded to then black out a bunch of them. Let me read you this. What was Schumer? Schumer said, for example, all 119 pages of one document were completely blacked out. They released a bunch of different documents to Jeffrey Epstein. One of the documents was 119 pages long. They put a black marker through the entire 119 pages, but they released it anyway. I was like, what? Yeah. So, as you can imagine, if the Trump people are releasing documents about Jeffrey Epstein, they're not releasing the good stuff. I mean, that's pretty much a bet. Now, they did release these documents because Congress passed that legislation last month that forced Trump to release the documents. But this is the problem is, you don't know what you don't know, right? We don't know what Trump has. We don't know what he could be hiding. And there's no way to know what he's hiding because he's hiding it. So like, it's not good. Ukraine's, there's not a ton of news tonight, guys. Ukraine's delegation met with American officials in the U.S. for a new round of talks. This quote made me laugh from Marco Rubio, our Secretary of State. The U.S. is not concerned about Russia as it ramps up aggression against Venezuela, Rubio says. We're not concerned about an escalation with Russia with regards to Venezuela. I think they have their hands full in Ukraine. Let's put a finer point on that. Rubio, Trump's Secretary of State, thinks we shouldn't worry about Russia playing games with Venezuela, which they are, basically giving them, more supply, more support to fight us because Russia's too busy with Ukraine. Except Trump is trying to desperately make Ukraine cave and end the war by giving Russia everything it wants. And if Trump forces Ukraine to end the war by giving Russia everything it wants, then Russia will no longer be busy with Ukraine and they'll be able to screw us in Venezuela. So, I mean, that's the obvious next question, right? I think they have their hands full in Ukraine, but isn't it true that you're trying to make sure that they don't have their hands full in Ukraine, Mr. Rubio? And if they don't have their hands in Ukraine, then they're going to screw with us in Venezuela. So how is this actually a good thing, what you're doing in Ukraine? Right? No, I mean, but I love that. Like, oh, they're busy with Ukraine and we're trying to make sure that they're not busy with Ukraine. Okay. European Union leaders agree on a $105 billion loan to buffer Ukraine's finances. They did not agree on a Russian assets plan yet, which was the plan to use the frozen Russian assets to leverage a loan or as collateral or whatever it was for a loan for Ukraine. But the $105 billion loan is an interest-free loan for Ukraine, provides according to Kyiv Independent, provides a financial lifeline and secures a large portion of the cash-strapped country's financing for the next 2 years. So that's a good deal. So it's going to help Ukraine stay afloat financially, which is a very big deal. That's it for the news. I told you it's not a big news day. So I'm going to get comfortable, sit back, we'll talk, we'll do our usual hangout. But yeah, there's not a lot of news today. And I did have a cup of coffee. I did have a third cup of coffee that I normally don't do. So that's why I'm a little more hyper and getting through the news more quickly and not yawning at you because I had my coffee. So anyway. They did not release all the Epstein files. They released some of them. Many of them were blacked out. They did not release all of them. And honestly, I don't know how we know what remains. How do we know what remains? I don't know. See, you say no yawns, Carol, and now you got me yawning. Okay, I'm blaming that one on you. I literally read that and went, like, Anyway, I know, and Sasha's being good. So far, she's in her bed underneath. She's in her cat bed underneath my desk. I will show you a little oops. There we go. There. Here's the live shot of Sasha in her cat bed under my desk as we're talking. So right now she's being very good. There we go. Right now being hello. Oh, Gene, I've never seen that before. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice gift too. Thank you, Gene. It's a cool one, but I could tell that's a really nice one too. Very, very generous. Thank you. Appreciate that. Very cool too. So that's very cool. What else? Actually, I had kind of fun today. I had a little epiphany. We've very few people doing all the ancestry DNA and everything else. We found very few cousins. I've only found two relatives. Really, that we didn't know about before. One is a relative in Greece that's really kind of cool because, like, again, we pretty much know how he fits in. So, and he's really cool, like a nephew, basically in his 20s, into the family history stuff, which is great. But we found some relatives in Australia several years ago through the DNA, and we know they were related through my great grandmother because they have the same family name and they're from the next village. But we never knew how. She doesn't pop up in their family tree, and their family tree goes way beyond her, right? And we couldn't figure out the connection. I finally today had an epiphany. And, a while ago, years ago, my uncle in Greece sent us a copy of my great-grandfather's dowry. And it's really neat. It's from 1867, and it's a written dowry from 1867. And I was curious. I thought, you know what? Dowries, we already know the dowry has his name, my great-grandfather. It has the name of his wife, a family name you can see. And I thought, it's a dowry. It's got to have her father's name, right? It's got to have the bride's father's name, right? My great-grandmother. Well, I mean, it's the family name is there. I put it on, there's a Facebook genealogy group. I put it on the Facebook genealogy group and said, can anybody, Greeks, because it's handwritten cursive Greek from 1867. I mean, it's, serious stuff. And immediately a woman goes, it's right there. She goes, it literally has the name of her father, my great grandmother, the name of her father, the name of the father's wife, because it says, oh, so and so, Yorhitsa is her name, Georgia, basically, or little Georgia or whatever. Georgia, the what's the word I'm looking for? The widow of Angelis is his name. And then what did I do? I look at the Australian family tree, and we know how old my great grandmother is. We know the Australians are here, but probably not her brother. The father's brother is named Angelis, same name as her father. And it's Angelis, like it's not quite a common name. We found it. So anyway, I just thought it was kind of fun because we've known of the Australians for years. We never knew how they were connected. And today I was able to connect an entire branch of our family in Australia to the main family tree. So now we know how we're connected. So I was very excited. And because of that, we now know a great-great-grandfather and a great-great-great-grandfather we didn't know of before. We got very lucky with our family trees. I mean, it's really cool. Anyway, very exciting. So that was my fun today with Australia and my family tree. Yeah, U.S. launched strikes in Syria. I didn't really care. What I mean is, we went after ISIS in Syria. I don't feel like, I guess what I mean is news like that, I feel like you can get from the regular news. If I don't have any value added to add, I don't really mention stories. Like it is, Trump hit ISIS in Syria today. Now, I will say this. Trump claimed during his first term that he destroyed ISIS. So it is kind of funny that he hit ISIS in Syria today when he claimed ISIS was totally destroyed and gone. That was one of his accomplishments of his first term. If they're gone, how did he attack them today? But so I do have value added to add there. But I did know about the story, but there just wasn't really anything. I don't think it's wag the dog. I don't think so. Look, I don't like Trump, but I think there's some things that are very true. And attacking ISIS is probably a good idea, right? Anyway. It's the butt jiggle. I was wondering what that was. Thank you, Annie. That's very cute. Anyway, so what else? Yeah. I don't know. I think hitting the ISIS, because the only thing is hitting ISIS, it's not like it's a big war. War with Venezuela would be a distraction. That would be something that I'd be curious, whether he was doing. Oop, I've got the mic on hot from doing a video. You guys didn't tell me the mic was on hot. There we go. I had the mic on much stronger than I usually. I missed another gift. What did I miss? Well, there's the Santa hat from Kelly. What did I miss? Annie. I said Annie. I already said hi. Thanks to Annie. What did I miss? I don't think so. No, I don't think I missed a gift may cause dizziness. I don't think so. At least I'm scrolling back and not seeing anything. No. Maybe, but I didn't see it. Meaning scrolling back, I can sort of see who gave and I'm not seeing it. Although sometimes TikTok does hide things. I will say that. Thank you for sharing the live, guys. Anyway, what else? Oy. So Monday, I fly back to Chicago for Christmas. We will do the show tomorrow. Tomorrow is the show we do for the paid monthly subscribers, the super fans on TikTok. The members on YouTube, Discord subscribers as well. So all of you guys, we've got the 11 o'clock show tomorrow morning. Next week, Monday, I fly back to Chicago. We're not doing a show then. The rest of the week with Christmas and everything else, we'll see. I'm not convinced. I may be doing shows next week. I don't know. And then I'm back in a week from Chicago. So we'll just have to play it by ear for next week. So Ashley's biscotti are done. Excellent. What else? I did make, actually, I tweaked the blondie recipe. It's good now. Actually, I had ChatGPT help. It did a good job. I had this blondie recipe I like, but the sugar was too much. I cut back the sugar, and then it turned it too cakey because it is true. Sugar, when you bake, doesn't just add sweetness. It can add moisture and other stuff. So ChatGPT gave me some advice. It said, okay, here's what I decided I was going to trust it. It said, with the egg, it's 2 eggs. Instead of 2 eggs, use 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. I was like, okay. Instead of 1.5 cups of flour, put 1.25 cups of flour. And it said something else it said too. So I did it. Turned out perfectly. Thank you, Claire. It turned out absolutely perfectly. It was blondies before. Now it's like a square chocolate chip cookie. where it's flat like a chocolate chip cookie. It's in a tray, which makes it easy, but it's like a delicious chocolate chip cookie now. Still a little sweet, but much better in terms of the texture. So I was very exactly hygroscopic. Oh, water is? Water is, sugar is? That's interesting. I know it basically keeps things moister. So yeah, when you cut back sugar in a recipe, it doesn't just make it less sweet, it actually can make it drier, which is not something, or cakier, which is not something you want necessarily. So interesting. Anyway. Oh yeah, Belgium. Yeah. Belgium is against giving Ukraine the money from Russia's money. Yeah, that's why the Belgian finance minister, lost the European race for this Euro group or whatever it's called, this group of European finance ministers, and he lost to the Greek because he was opposed to using the frozen Russian assets to help the Ukrainians. But isn't Karo syrup the same thing, Shelley? You replace some sugar with a little Karo syrup? Are you sure Karo syrup isn't the same thing? I think of Karo syrup as, right? Corn syrup's like pure sugar, isn't it? I never think of that as I use it to cook, but I never think of it as a nicer alternative. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's like high fructose corn syrup or something. Yeah, Karo's corn syrup. That's not a nice thing to replace. It's fine, but it's not a nice thing to replace with. It's like replacing butter with shortening. I do, but it's not like a nice replacement, Excuse me. Oh, Gunther's trying to put up a recipe, but it's getting filtered. I don't know. That's funny. You have some word in the recipe it's blocking, or what? Maybe Gunther. I don't know. It's always possible. Huh. Oh, now I'm going to yawn. The structure of sugar molecules is different in corn syrup, but is it, so what? I guess is my point. How does it help the recipe? Oh, I see. Oh. Linda has a point here. Okay. She says, I replace some of the sugar with it to make them soft. Ah, okay. That's different. That's interesting. Okay. Well, one thing ChatGPT said too was shift from white sugar to brown sugar will add more. Okay. Just like Karo, you're adding more molasses because all brown sugar is white sugar with molasses in it. Now, this recipe already had a cup of brown sugar, so there wasn't a lot of white sugar in it. But I know molasses is the same thing as corn syrup, but same concept. Adding a wet sugar will help. That's an interesting idea. Actually, I didn't think of that. Right, because there's still a quarter cup of white sugar you could add. I don't know what's the substitution ratio of white sugar to corn syrup. I wonder. Let me see here. If you're baking cookies, what would be the substitution ratio of using white sugar, granulated sugar, if you wanted to replace it with corn syrup? I'm going to guess it's going to say don't do too much because it'll get too wet. You can substitute corn syrup for granulated white sugar, but it's not 1-to-1 and will change the cookie. Right. Oh, 1 cup granulated white sugar is equal to 3/4 cup corn syrup. And you want to reduce other liquids by 2 to 4 tablespoons. And reduce the oven temperature. Oh, wow. Granulated sugar, crisper edges, more spread, better browning. Corn syrup, more moisture, chewier, denser cookies, less browning, less spread. Interesting. Corn syrup works better in chewy cookies, soft sandwich cookies, cookies where spread isn't critical. So what about, if I'm making blondies and I cut back the sugar and they're a little dry and I want them to be a little moister, could I use some corn syrup instead of white sugar? See what it says. Yes, this is exactly the situation where corn syrup helps. See, ChatGPT agrees with Linda, and you should not do a full replacement. For blondies, think of corn syrup as a moisture plus chew adjuster, not a sugar substitute. If your blondies came out dry because you cut back sugar, add corn syrup to replace part of the missing sugar and moisture. A good rule, add 2 to 4 tablespoons light corn syrup, reduce granulated white sugar by the same amount by weight. Interesting. Reduce other liquid by 1 to 2 tablespoons. Oh, that's interesting. So you still have to worry about the other liquid. So that's the only thing. You got to be careful because I don't even know what liquid is there in a blondie, right? It's flour, Eggs. I mean, it's eggs and butter. There is no other liquid in a blondie, is there? Butter and eggs. That's it. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what you would do. Anyway, it worked though. It is. I mean, it turned out very well. It's still a touch sweet, but they're very good. Well, I already cut back on the egg whites. The correct Andrea. Andrea says egg whites are a liquid. ChatGPT had me cut back from 2 eggs to 1 egg and an egg yolk. I guess you could cut back to 2 egg yolks and no egg at all potentially. They turned out. I mean, it's quite good. It turned out into a nice thin cookie sheet. It's delicious. I mean, I ate like a quarter of it last night. It was very bad. I just was like, I'm starting to look like Stephen Miller in the Vanity. Did you see the Stephen Miller in the Vanity Fair photo? He looks like he's got a homunculus coming out of his belly or something. It's really funny. Like, you know. Anyway, we're talking food now. We do talk food. We do talk food. Anyway. What else? Okay, put your recipe. I don't know what recipe you were trying to put there, Gunther. What kind of a recipe were you trying to post? I don't know about that. What am I looking at here? Anyway, I don't know. I'm just looking at what else was on my screen. Oh, meatballs in a crock pot. That sounds good. Are they like Swedish meatballs with like the red sauce or whatever it is? I love those I always like those at Christmas, like at holiday parties. The big pile of meatballs in the crock pot. Oh my God. I would just dollop those on my plate with whatever the sauce is. Am I staying on TikTok? Hell yeah. Don't have much of a choice. TikTok is where my audience is. China, yeah, the China TikTok thing happened a couple days ago, Dylan. Probably 2 days ago. We got the news 2 days ago, I think. Duck terrine. I do love duck terrine. We don't tend to eat that here in America very much, I would say. I mean, I like it though. Actually, I've got to get some good bread and eat the stuff that's in my fridge that I bought in Paris when I was passing through the airport this year. I bought some. I remember I told you I bought the what is it? Rillette? Is it rillette? I'm forgetting. Gunther, you would know. I think it's what it is. Rillette and something else that I bought. That was quite good. Meatloaf in a crock pot. Yeah. What else? Anyway. Oh, but I made a little thing for dinner, but didn't have time to eat it. So I'm going to heat it up. I made that little, what King Charles likes, his little egg in a cup where you kind of spinach. I put some feta in with the spinach and then put raw eggs in and then a little cream, some cheese on top. I put some extra mushrooms that I had that were already sauteed and then cook them for like 10 minutes in a microwave, in an oven safe container. And then you eat sort of it makes like not an omelet, but like a poached egg or whatever it is. Very good. So what, you're not seeing the recipe section anymore? What you're having Gunther is having a very hard time here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Food and recipes. It's right there. Right there. It's okay. Maybe it collapsed or something. I don't know. Yes, I did forget about. No, I didn't forget about. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't forget about them. I just haven't done anything with them, Jens. So you're right. Yes, I do have to do those. Sorry, I'm saving Jens's message. I forgot to send out the auction items. The wins. I will put up more auction items. It's just people weren't really bidding, so I wasn't quite sure if the auctions are kind of toast or not, because TikTok won't let us promote them, which is unfortunate. Sorry, I'm trying to find Discord. Where'd you go? Oops. Where's my Discord? Back to Discord. Where are you hiding? Hell, there we are. Okay, we're back. I didn't get cut. I'm still on Discord. Good. I thought I got cut off. Whatever. Anyway. I've never made rum balls. No, I don't know if I like rum balls. I think I've had them. I I'm not a fan of liquor in food, although I will say a friend gave me years ago a rum cake recipe that's delicious. You like soak it in rum and stuff afterwards, and it's very good because it's not like rum is one of those. I will say this: rum is one of those where it works pretty. Like I've got a very nice rum that I like, an Austrian rum that I use for cooking. That's really nice, and it's of course great in eggnog, but it's good for cooking too because it has almost a vanilla flavor to it, like a vanilla spice. But liquor as liquor, I don't like. You know, um, peekaboo. What is that, Amanda? um, I'm just wondering. I was trying to find you. Oh, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Actually, I'm trying to see. Let me see. Did Gunther manage on the food thing? Food recipes. Oh, there's Gunther's. Oh no, breakfast empanadas. I didn't see those. Um, oh, a jar of grape jelly, a bottle of sweet Baby Ray's barbecue, a couple splashes of hot sauce. That's it? You're kidding. Oh, that's hilarious. So it's sweet Baby Ray's with some grape jelly thrown in. That is hilarious. Breakfast empanadas. Oh, I didn't notice that. That sounds fun. Oh, we did have some new recipes. I didn't see you guys were posting recipes. Huh. Oh, is that a cheesecake, Tom? Oh, apple crisp. Okay, I did not see this. I'm going to go back and look at these recipes. That's an apple crisp. God, it looks like a cheesecake. Gunther's breakfast empanadas. Hold on. This is interesting. But what do you use as the bread? Just looking here. What do you use as the bread? What's a dough ball? No, you mean you use you know what I mean? Whatchamacall them? Quesadillas or what quesadillas? I'm spacing out. You know what I mean? What the hell are they called? Hi, what do you want? Hi, what do you want from me? It's still early. 6:45. You're whining. Oh my God, what the hell? I'm totally losing my words today. Oh, you make the dough from scratch. What is it in the recipe? I'm confused. There's nothing in this. Oh, okay. There's nothing in this recipe that says what the dough comes from. Um, tortilla does, I guess, just use tortillas or whatever. Place one dough ball between two sheets of plastic or parchment. Press into a circle. Where does this dough come from? Okay, so the dough is some recipe you're not sharing with us. Is this like some trick you're doing here? Okay. Yeah, we could go to Discord for a little bit. I'm not understanding what this is. Okay. Definitely not understanding what this is. All right. Go to channel. All right, I'm back. Dog, what are you doing? It's a little early for you to be begging me. Biscuits? I don't know if biscuits would work with this, though. It said empanadas, though. I think it probably would be better with, like, tortillas or something, I'm guessing. What do you want, dog? You want some water? Although you're looking at me funny. I'm going to give the dog some water, but she's looking at me funny. I don't trust her. This look does not say water to me. This look says I want food. Here's some water, though. All right. All right. She's settling for water. All right. The dog is settling for water. That's fine. That's fine. Well, go on. You should go on the tortilla. Tortilla is supposed to be easy. Yes. Yes. The recipe's over on Discord, in our Discord community. We've got a section that's called food and recipes. That's funny. I never knew that the chili sauce contained the chili sauce. Like the meatball sauce was that stuff. That's really funny. Hold on. My cousin's writing. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, sorry. My cousin is in Australia, and I was letting him know about the Australians. They're distant, but it's still kind of fun. I think like even if a cousin's distant, if you literally know the connection, it's still pretty cool. They're still family. I mean, they're like fourth cousins. I'm fourth cousins with his father, but it's still cool because we literally know exactly the connection. We have the same great grandfather, which I still think is very cool. It's way back, but it's still neat knowing you have an ancestor in common, you know? You know your sixth cousins. Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Going out there again? All right. Six cousins. That's funny. Wow. Yeah, I don't know that we know any sixth cousins. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've got them on the family tree, perhaps, but we don't know them. But that's pretty cool. Oh, I like it. I enjoy the family. I love this stuff. And what's neat too is, except that somebody has to keep the family tree going because like mom had done it 30 years ago, but it stopped part of the family tree stopped 30 years ago. I don't know like all the subsequent relatives. Oh, that's cool, Mia. What else? Anyway, what you doing, dog? Are you back again? Nope. Okay. Well, because it's not cold today. Oh, yeah. Come on in. I know. Come on in. Oh, cold enough, huh? Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh. All right. Cold enough out there. What is it? Oh, it's 38 out. It did get cold. I forgot we had a cold front coming through today. Never mind. Ancestry. Yeah, they always have a sale around Christmas. I use the free Ancestry because the paid stuff is nice for 2 weeks. Do your research and then cancel it. So I do the free 2-week thing, and then I did the same thing on my heritage. You get good stuff, and then and then you're done. When you do your family tree, do you use the American definition of cousins? I'm assuming we use the Greek one because I don't do the fourth cousin once removed. I've never understood stuff like that. Like my uncle I talk about a lot is my mom's first cousin. So he'd be my first cousin once removed. First of all, we don't use terms like that, but I also have no idea what that even means. Never understood what that means. All that once removed stuff and everything else. I guess I get it, but it's weird. I think it makes more sense to just be like the Australians. His father and I are fourth cousins. That makes sense to me. But this cousin once removed, I'm like, what the hell? It means a different generation, but it also, well, I guess it makes sense in a way, but isn't fourth cousin the same thing as third cousin once removed? Right? I mean, or second cousin? My second cousin, is it not the same thing as that is a good ChatGPT question. Now we do know ChatGPT lies to us occasionally, but we can see. Let's see. Let us see here. I don't know if the audio is working yet. If not, I'll have to talk to it. I think the audio connection is still not working on ChatGPT. I don't know why. I know I made it mad and it's not coming back. Okay, the audio is not working. Nope, audio is not working. All right. So we're having a discussion as to the difference between, when you're talking about distant cousins, okay? Is there any difference between calling somebody my second cousin or calling them my first cousin once removed? Isn't it the same thing? Now it's not going to talk to us, but I can at least see the answer. They're not the same. Okay. The cousin number, how many generations back to the shared ancestor when you're in the same generation? Removed, you're not in the same generation. Oh, I'm sorry. I get it. Removed is because you're not in the same generation. Okay, that makes sense. So second cousin isn't because so his father and I are fourth cousins. He and I are fourth cousins once removed. That's the difference. Okay. Right. Okay. If someone is your mom's first cousin, that person is your first cousin once removed. If someone is your mom's first cousin, that person is your first cousin once removed. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. 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 Well, that makes sense. Though that makes sense because it's true. Like it's like when I talk about my uncle in Greece, and I say he's my uncle, but I often will describe him as my mom's first cousin because it's confusing otherwise. I would never call him my first cousin once removed because honestly, I was today years old when I finally understood that. So like I always sort of assume other Americans have no idea what you're talking about when you say third cousin once removed because I always went, huh? I never understood what that meant. Um, uh, yeah, okay. No, that makes sense now. I guess it kind of makes sense because, okay, for the differing generations, I get it because the point is, how do you describe it? Right. His dad and I are fourth cousins. How do you describe him to me? He's kind of my nephew, but calling him my nephew doesn't tell you where he is on the pecking order. Whereas third cousin once removed, or fourth cousin, or my fourth cousin's son. Maybe that's the simpler way to call him, right? He's my fourth cousin's son, right? So that makes sense. Interesting. Yeah, I've always, my nose is itching. Haven't had that in a while. I've never understood the removed thing. It always confused the hell out of me. And for Greeks, I mean, I don't know if this is what you were saying, Fallen. For us, we just kind of go by age. Like my aunt I keep talking to in Greece, I didn't realize she's my cousin. She's my second cousin, which is actually very close. I had no idea. I mean, I've met this woman once. I didn't really know about her. Um, you know, well, yeah, I know that, Fallen. If we're fourth cousins, our parents are third cousins. Yes, that I know. But you said, do we do it the Greek way? What's the Greek way? The Greek way to me is anybody who's older than me, even if they're relatives, they're older than me, they're an aunt. And if they're younger than me, they're a niece, you know? Um, no, removed makes sense though, because removed means my first cousin's kids. What are they to me? Yeah, they're my nieces and nephews, kind of, but they're one step removed. So they're my first cousin once removed, meaning they're my first cousin's kids. That's the idea. His dad is your uncle? Okay, that just sounds confusing. His dad is your uncle. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, you mean for cousins? Yes, yes. Anyway, I get it. Nieces and nephews agree. Yeah, exactly. I call my Uncle John my uncle, but he's actually my mom's first cousin. So when I say uncle, people might think he's my mom's brother. So fair enough. It's a little confusing, but we still do it anyway. I mean, anybody, and we get it wrong sometimes. Like if the age is close to yours, you don't really call them aunts and uncles. I look very Greek. Thank you, Rye. I used to get that growing up. I never quite know now if I still look very Greek. Although I guess by definition I should look very Greek because I'm 100% Greek. It's like, I mean, I am, but it doesn't mean I look it. Yeah. Also with the hair going gray, I don't know if I could look like a going gray Greek. Anyway, yeah. But the same thing in Greek. In Greek, then you would say, but the way to get around it is to say, he's my mom's first cousin. I could say, my Uncle John, he's my mom's first cousin. That would be the safe way of colloquially referring to him the way we would, but also explaining to people what the connection really is. Yeah. Eyes in the nose. Yeah, I guess. Now everyone's weighing in on whether I look Greek. Well, it's funny. I see pictures of myself when I was younger, and that's when I go, "Oh my God, I looked great." Like I was dark when I never realized how, not dark, but like with the dark hair and everything, I never fully realized how dark I looked, so to speak. Until now I look back and I'm like, "Oh." But I think we always do that, We always look at old photos of ourselves and go, "Ooh, I looked good 5 years ago," right? Um, but also trying to tell, like, if you look ethnic. Actually, I got that. Oh my God. I think I told you guys this when I moved out to Washington, D.C. in the 1980s. I used to always get from people, New York, actually, no, D.C. would do it. Like older women would say, "I think it's so interesting that you're ethnic." And I was like, excuse me? I'm like, what are you, lady? You know, you're like Irish and you think I'm ethnic. Um, your husband's Greek. I just thought it was very funny. I was like, that you look ethnic. Oh yeah, there you go. That was 20 years ago, Gunther. Yeah, that would have been. That's probably 2008 in Boston. I'll bet you. So 18 years ago. I don't want to say my age, but yeah, yeah. It's funny, but see, that's like me with dark hair. Well, the thing is, I will say, like, I'll show you guys. I think me with dark. Actually, I guess I can pull it up. It may knock. I don't know if it'll knock me off. I can just take a picture of it. I don't know if it'll knock me off Discord if I try to. Oh, that's not bad though. But it's funny looking at it because, like, oh my god, it's just funny for me looking at it with my hair darker. You know, it's like, what do you do? Oh, where is this? Hold on, I'm trying to adjust the. Yeah, it's a little overly bright, but you get the idea. Yeah, I mean, me with dark hair, although it's kind of hard to tell. I think, you know, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I think with dark hair, I look darker, meaning like I feel like I look more ethnic with the dark hair. You know, I think. I think so. I'm not like fishing for compliments. Thank you, Aaron, EM. But I just mean like it's funny I think it's weird it's weird going gray because you're kind of like you wonder about how you look, you know. I mean about not how you look, but because your look changes. You know, it's kind of a weird, you know, 28 years old. Oh no. Oh no. That was probably, does it say it around my neck? Does it say Boston? What's it say? It should, or is that just somebody's promo thing? Oh, that's just Quest. It was the DNC, but which one? Yeah, DNCC. I'm going to guess that's Boston, or it could be Colorado. Bottom line is, it's at most. I didn't go 2004. It's at most 2008, which would be 17 years ago, which puts me at, actually, I'd be 45. You thought I looked 28? I was 45. Okay, I'll take that. Especially when a gay man thinks you look 45 when you were, or you look 28 when you were 45. That's a real compliment because we're judgy. Yeah. Oh no, I was much older then. Yeah. Good call, Gunther. You're 51, soon 52. Yeah, no, I mean, I like, fortunately, we've got good genes in the family. I know we're judgy. We've got good genes. My sister's like 6 years older than me, looks very young still, I think. People still will sit and look at her and go, you know, oh, are you the older brother? I'm like, please. But I also think like it's the hair thing too, you know. If I dyed my hair, except, you know, I think I've already looked, you know, it's just a pain in the ass to dye your hair. I don't mind trying to look younger, but you know, the idea of getting my hair dyed every 6 weeks, I don't want to pay that kind of money. That's crazy. It's just too much money. Wouldn't mind the look, you know, but what do you do? You know? Anyway. Oh, I think again, blonde. I've always wanted to do blonde. I think dark guys with blonde look good. You know, you do it at home. Yeah, but if you can get it to look okay, you know. Yeah, but don't you do funky colors, Ash? I thought you had blue or something. Didn't you do some funny highlights? Because if you're doing that, you could do that at home. You know, the problem is somebody said just for men. I've seen too many guys, purple, that's what I thought. I've seen too many guys do their own hair and they don't look good. You know, more water. Sash, I gave you water 10 minutes ago. Come on. Not yet. But too many guys do their own hair. And what's his name at the New York Times? Oh my God, he's got to stop it. The famous international writer at the New York Times. Not Paul Krugman, the other guy. What's his name? He does international affairs. He's won like Pulitzers and stuff. He's very well known, and he dyes his own hair. It's horrific. It's jet black. He's like 65 or 70 with jet black hair. It's like, oh my God, you just can't do that. You know, it's a risk. You know, thank you, JTA. It's a real risk dyeing your own hair. You know, for guys at least. I mean, maybe women know how to do it, but for guys, you got to be. Yeah. You know. Huh. Oh, they've got one that only targets the gray. That's interesting. Is that such? Yeah, but with my hair, that's all I've got. Not that's all I've got, but I got a lot of gray there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it would do if it only targets the gray. um, anyway, I don't like Giuliani. Oh, that Giuliani exactly in the middle of my show, having it drip down my face. Seriously, you want to get 38 degrees? Why would you possibly want to go out there? What a surprise! I kind of saw that one coming. She's hilarious. She's like, my dog cracks me up. She's like, I think I want to go on the balcony. I'm like, so I go, okay, fine. Open the door. She looks and she goes, walks away because like it's 38 degrees. You've bleached your own hair. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Oh, I don't remember. Did George Clooney do jet black hair? It's just something you've got to be very careful about. Like I said, I've seen too many men do it and they just look. What is his name at the New York Times? The international writer, super famous. Not Paul Krugman, the guy that does the international writing, the international op-eds, the opinion writing on international stuff. Famous guy. But he went jet black a couple years ago and does his own hair, and you can tell it's horrific. And it's like nobody's told him, and I don't know why, but they need to tell him. It's just, what's his name? You guys know. He won like Pulitzer Prizes and stuff. He's I'm sure he won Pulitzer. I shouldn't say he's won Pulitzer, but I'm sure he has. He's the international writer at the Times. You guys know who I mean. International op-eds, though. The opinion, like Paul Krugman, but about international. This is a good ChatGPT question. No, none of you are going to get this. Not Friedman. He's economics. No. Oh my God, you people know. You just make stuff up. Okay, who's the guy that writes the international op-eds at the New York Times? He's probably 70 years old now, dyes his hair black, super famous, probably won some Pulitzers, but he does the international op-eds. He's not Paul Krugman. He's not one of the economists. He's the international affairs writer, but for op-eds. It'll get it right. ChatGPT gets everything right. It's not Thomas Friedman. No, it's not Thomas Friedman. It's the other guy. Nope. It's not Thomas Friedman. Give me a few other guys. Yep, I know what Thomas Friedman looks like. It's not him. Roger Cohen, Steve Erringer, David Unger. Oh, come on. It's not. Oh, this is crazy. You guys will know exactly who I'm thinking of if we can ever figure this out. You'll know exactly. Oh, there's George Clooney. We'll know. Oh my God, with the dark hair, he looks terrible. Oh my God, when did he do that, Gunther? He looks like an old man who dyed his hair. Oh, that's a terrible. The problem too is you've got to at least do kind of a mix or something. You can't just do. Oh, that looks terrible. My God. Maureen Dowd. Yeah, except that's not him. Oh my God, what is his name? This is driving me nuts. Give me a lengthy list of the foreign affairs writers at the New York Times, but I'm not talking about news journalists. I'm talking about people who write on the op-ed page. It's not Thomas Friedman. He's an American. He's a white American. He's a white guy. Oh, this is driving me crazy. Hold on. President Peter Barnett, Steve Biddle, Charles Blow, Jamal Bowie, Nicholas Kristof. I told you. He left the Times to pursue other work. Oh, that's why. It's Nicholas Kristof. Yeah. I'm going to find you a picture of it. He left the Time, but that's why ChatGPT got confused. It was trying to pick people who were just there, and he's not there anymore. I mean, okay, this is a perfect example of him. I don't mean to be mean to the guy. Stop it. Look at this. I mean, look at it. You just look and you go, what are you doing? Look at this. That hair is too dark for his age. The hair is just too dark. And it looks like he does it himself, which is even worse. And honestly, it's worse than that. Every time he goes on TV, you literally look at him and go, oh my God, it's just so dark. How old is he? How old is Nicholas Kristof? Oh my God. Hold on. I need to pull up the Wikipedia on him now. See how old he is. He's 66. He's 66, but he's got to stop dying. Anyway, whatever. One of my pet peeves. Like, but somebody should talk to him. Some friend should go to him and say, "You look awful. You do TV all the time, especially on TV with the bright lights. It looks awful. Stop it. If you don't want to be gray, you're rich and famous. Go to the freaking hairdresser every 6 weeks and have them do your hair like they do on CNN, where it's salt and pepper and it looks nice. Or Mitt Romney, you could be like Bride of Frankenstein. You know." Thank you, Billy. Yep, that's the tree. Only a couple more weeks of the tree. I'm kind of sad. Like leave for Christmas on Monday, and then I come back and I've only got another week and a half of the tree. I'm like, I like having my stuff up. You know, it's bumming me out. Sorry, we went a little late, Gunther. Maybe I'm not going to do Discord tonight. We went kind of late, unfortunately. It's already 10 after. I got to go eat my dinner too that I didn't eat yet. It is. My tree looks very nice. I like my tree. And my giant 4-foot ornaments that you guys can see on TikTok. There you guys go. For YouTube and Discord, they're 4 feet. They're fabulous because I have very tall ceilings. Dinner, I made the thing that King Charles likes, the sort of spinach. Well, I use feta, but spinach, cheese, make a hole in the middle, put some eggs in it, raw egg, maybe put a little cheese on top, some cream, and then put it in the oven for 10 minutes or so until it gets as hard as you want it to be. I know I love the Santa hat on the goddess of fertility too, my little Mexican goddess of fertility. I love her with the Santa, or him or her or whatever with the Santa hat. I know it makes me sad when I put them away. Now I've got a number of things around the house, my little Santa stuff, that I'm going to miss. I like Christmas stuff. I've always said if I had a bigger house, I would be one of those people that kept a Christmas room. I went to a party at some older gay men's party once at their house, and they had a big house and they had a Christmas room and it was fabulous. And I was like, oh my God. And he said, I like the decorations. So we have one room in the house where we keep the Christmas decorations all year round. And I was like, what a nice idea. I love that. I mean, it's weird, but it's not weird, It was, I love it. And it was really at a party. It was funky because it was like June or something. You're like, Christmas. It looked really neat. It was a wonderful idea. Yeah. It was very cool. Exactly. Whenever you need a hit of dopamine, you go into the Christmas room. Seriously though, like just to I think it'd be fun. Well, it's like lights on the balcony. I didn't put up the Christmas lights that I meant to on the balcony. I totally forgot to. I got extra lights, but I got white lights on purpose so they could stay up. And I totally forgot to put them up. I like them out there. I've got little lights like you guys can see on TikTok. You can see how my plant is illuminated because I've got out here because I've got lights. I've got those little low lights. You guys, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see a little bit there. I've got like those low level lights. I forget what you call them. You know what I mean? Like path lights kind of things. They're like on a stick and there's the light that shines down. And I've got them in my plants. They look very nice, but I like them on my railing because it just kind of glows and it's pretty. And anyway, but I've got to wait for it to be, they're not solar because I don't get enough sun to guarantee solar. So I use they're LEDs. They take no power. I've got an outlet out there. So I use the outlet, which is nice. And they're light sensitive, which is nice. So they just go, I got them from Home Depot. They're very good. So they go on when it turns dark and you decide how many hours they stay on for 4 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, or till dawn. I don't leave them on till dawn because there's no reason, but I do put them on for 6 or 8 hours or whatever. Ah, nice. Okay. Gunther posted the empanada dough recipe. There we go. All right. But yes, I very much like the Christmas thing. Oh, I should be hitting you up for gift. We'll close soon. We'll do one last push for gifts. Dog. Oh my God. I gave you more water, didn't I? She's being very water needy tonight. You are being very water needy. You know that? You really are. I'm not giving you anything right now. No. There, a little water. No. You still got like 15 minutes before you get your treat. Yeah, she wants her. She wants her treat. Ugh, ugh. And I've got to go for another MRI because my nerve back thing is pinching a little bit. It's not bad like it was a year ago, but it's pinching again. So I went to the doctor. He was like, yeah, get an MRI. We'll see. But it's not bad. Last year was like knife in the back bad. This is just like discomfort bad, which I don't mind. So I'm hoping. He said it could just get better on its own. So, but annoying. I've got to get an MRI when I get back. I'm like, ugh, enough of the MRIs. I mean, it's not a big idea. I have no access to an inversion table. I am going to go to what do you call it? Acupuncturist next week in Chicago, because acupuncture, I'm not too worried about it. Like I wouldn't trust a chiropractor, but acupuncture, I'm like, how are they going to screw up my back with acupuncture? Right. That doesn't worry me too much. I should double check, I guess, but I don't think acupuncture could do any damage with my spine. Whereas, with a pinched nerve in the spine, chiropractic, we're not doing. I would worry the same thing about an inversion table. Well, I mean, I don't have access to one anyway. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Yeah, acupuncture. I mean, I'm not opposed to acupuncture at all. I've always wanted to try it, and I figured why not? Traction device, lay flat on the ground. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, oh, that's right. Gunther goes, at least you know what the MRI is for, unlike our president. That's what I mean. He gets away with this stuff. I mean, first of all, no one gets an MRI without knowing what they're getting an MRI for, right? It's not like it's not like out of the blue, your doctor goes, oh, hey, glad I got you on the phone. I think we're going to do an MRI. First of all, that doesn't happen. Typically, you go to the doctor with a problem, or he finds a problem and says, let's have an MRI. Second of all, nobody gets the MRI and doesn't ask what it's for, right? Your doctor says, oh, we're going to need an MRI. You don't go, okay. You'd say, why? Right? Because first of all, when he says an MRI, you're starting to worry about like, do I have cancer? Do I have, or dementia? By the way, is it MRIs or CAT scans that they use for checking out, Alzheimer's, shrinking of the brain and that kind of stuff? Actually, Lisa just mentioned shrinking of the brain. Is that MRIs though? I always forget. It's an MRI for that? Okay. And it's MRIs. Yeah. So you'd be saying like, what is it? There is no possible way that you go for an MRI or a CAT scan and you don't ask your doctor why. First of all, well, okay, Trump as president's not going to pay for it, I guess. I don't know though if he pays for it. I don't know if he pays for it. He may not pay for it, but there's just no way you're going to go without asking. And he got away with it. He got an MRI. He didn't tell people why. And once again, the press just let it go. I mean, the man's 80 years old and he's got an MRI. And we're pretending like, is it 80 or is he older? I keep forgetting. And we're pretending like that's totally normal. And he had 2 physicals this year. Didn't have one physical. The doctor felt he had the 79. The doctor felt he had the need to get 2 physicals. It's like, okay. It's like, okay. Well, the Santa hat is up there. Oh, Santa hat's another. Why is there? Oh, that's my goal. Oh, right. Santa hat was the goal. No, wait, did the Santa hat, does it actually pin this? We're only going to be doing this for a minute. Does it actually, it's just a little Santa hat though, right? Oh, it's cute though. Okay, that was kind of cute. It's a cute little Santa hat though. That is cute. All right, thanks guys. It is cute. I put it up there because I saw it was like a new one. I like the seasonal stuff. Actually, it looks good with my Santa hat that's in back though, really. Or there we go with the 2. There we go. The 2 Santa hats. We could be twins. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. That's funny. That's very funny. If you're any updates on Biden's cancer treatment? No. His cancer was pretty advanced. I mean, and the thing is, he's physically old for his age, I think, and his cancer was pretty advanced. It's not good, It's not good. I don't know what that means. He rang the bell. Oh, you mean, he rang the bell because he had the treatments, you mean? He finished treatment. Ah, okay. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. But I worry at his age with his, he seems kind of frail is my point, But yeah, I mean, hope he's okay. He's a nice enough man, unlike some people who I don't wish goodwill on. I certainly wish goodwill on Biden, even though he drove me crazy on certain issues. Um, yeah, shaking hands. Exactly. Exactly. Um, right. He'll know in a few months. Okay. Right. Anyway. Um, oh, that's funny. Yesterday, you were randomly discovering the house where the guy who discovered Alzheimer's lives. By randomly discovering, do you mean you actually went by it in person, or you mean online? You happened to be looking at it or something? Um, WC, you have 2 physicals and blood work a year, but not that we need to get into details. But that's because of a condition. I'm assuming it's not because your doctor said, "What the hell," right? And the fact that you're getting them, you would ask the doctor why. But I doubt it's happening just cause, right? I mean, again, I don't want to ask you your health stuff, but that's a generic enough question. You know what I mean? Um, oh, okay. I can look right now. I don't look at my messages enough on Venmo, to be honest. I'm glad you said that because I sometimes I check them and I go, "Oh my god, there's somebody," and then I try to message back, but I don't always see. Let me see. Oh, okay. Here you. Oh, YouTube Shorts feed. Really? Really? You can go live in the YouTube Shorts feed? I didn't know that. I had no idea. I had I have no idea, which is a lot better discoverability, kind of like TikTok. It has to be vertical format. But for it to be vertical, it's got to be my phone. I don't want to do my phone again. Only because I've been like eating up the battery on my phone left and right. So I'm kind of happy to be using my computer again for TikTok. Interesting. Huh. Huh. Okay. Is Ukraine getting tomahawks? Tomahawks? There's been no news on that, has there? I've seen no news on that. From Trump, I very much doubt it. Yesterday, Trump once again praised the Russians for being pro peace, and poor Ukraine's not being pro peace. So I doubt he's going to give them new weapons. Stop. Oh my God, stop. I love you, but stop. Um, yeah, so I can't imagine. Buy another phone. Yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, I was doing this for a year. I just don't like wearing down the battery on my phone to that degree. But um, that's an interesting idea about using. I mean, I could use my phone again, I guess, and try to go. I guess I could try to do YouTube live and see what the. Sasha is wandering around. She doesn't like to be picked up. I think she's at the front door trying to see if she can find her friends. She doesn't really like to be picked up, so I pick her up sometimes, but not a lot because she hates it. Yeah, she's on her way back from the front door. Here, I can at least give you a real-time view. Here we go. She sachets. Oops, sorry, cutting her off for the rest of you. She sachets over. Hi, you gonna lay down a little bit? Yeah? Okay. She's climbing back into the cat bed. Okay. Anyway, all right, guys. 7:21. I think we're going to call it quits. Tomorrow morning, we've got the show for the super fans and the subscribe members, I should say, on YouTube, paid monthly subscribers. So that's 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, Kathy, for the tiny Christmas. That's 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So join us. Otherwise, like I said, Monday, I'm flying back to Chicago on Monday. So I won't be doing a show Monday. And let's just see how the week goes. 12 teeth extracted. Oh, my God. Her poor little dog just had 12 teeth extracted. Oh, my God. Oh, that's horrible. Also, in America, that would cost you so much money. Is that not so much money in Canada, too? Like here you'd be lucky if they charged you $100 a tooth. It'd be more like $300 a tooth in Washington. But like crazy expensive. Again, here at least it would be. $1,300. Although that's, well, I don't know what the exchange rate is. That would be pretty good for here. What would that be in US dollars? More or less 1,300 Canadian. More or less. Yeah, $200 a tooth in Minnesota. That's what I mean. Like Washington, D.C., you're probably paying $300 a tooth. For 13 teeth or 14 teeth? I mean, forget it. $3,500, $4,000 in DC. Somebody had their dog had something like, I don't know if it was 8 or 12 teeth, a 5-year-old, but it was a basset or something, like some big long dog that apparently have bad teeth. And They were telling me it was like $3,000. I mean, oh my God. 1,300 is still horrible, but $3,000. I mean, how much is 1,300 Canadian in US dollars? Oh, $900. That's even better. Oh, I mean, I got to tell you, $900, that's $940 is crazy cheap for that in America. Oh, for 14 or 13 or 14 teeth. I mean, I understand it's a lot of money anyway, but oh my God, you compared to us, you lucked out. Oh, my mom got a great deal. Her dog had to get, well, teeth cleaning and 3 teeth removed in the Chicago area, and she paid $500, which was pretty damn good. You know? Yeah, Amanda says her dog's cancer treatment has been around $19,000. But that's cancer though. That's although that's still insane. But that's yeah. Wow. $1,000 a tooth for veneer? Jesus. I mean, it's still a lot of money, $1,000 US bucks, but oh my God, in America, what you'd be paying? Oh my God. I mean, oh my God. Oh yeah, dog ACL stuff out here is always going to be many thousands of dollars. Yeah, $5,000 in Naperville, that Chicago area. You know, they're your dog. What do you do? You know, I mean, especially if the dog is not that old. You know, if the dog's like Sasha's 16 now, she's on her own. You know, like she's 16. She's pretty much beyond. I mean, I take her to the vet. We take care of her. Look at this thing. I should take care of her, but she's not getting cancer treatment or anything else at this point in life. You know, not at age 16, but at age 10, at age 5, what do you do? You know, no, she is doing great. She's a little whiny witch, but she's hi you. Oh my God. Oh, you can't see because she's behind the table. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah. Well, now she's trying to go under. What are you doing? What? Oh my God. So whiny. No, I'm not going to get another dog for a while. I would die not having a dog, but at the same time, I'd like the freedom a little bit because I want to travel and stuff, and I can't do it with her. I can't do it because of her or with her, and I don't live near family or anybody who can watch her regularly, which really sucks. So yeah, kind of. Oh my God, I'm going to give you your treat in a minute, dear Lord. It's always the end of the world with you. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh yeah, she's been, I mean, knock on wood, you know, the thing is her eyesight's getting a little worse. Her hearing is definitely getting a little worse. Occasionally, she doesn't get confused, but occasionally like she'll be on the balcony and want to come in. And instead of standing at the door window, she stands at the window. And I'm kind of like, the door is open. And I don't quite know if that's dementia or if that's just like vision. You know what I mean? She thinks she's at the door and she can't hear. So when I open the door, she can't hear it. So I'm kind of still thinking we're not quite at the dementia stage yet. She doesn't act confused or anything, but she's getting bitchier. You know, I know she does add entertainment. Indeed, that she does. She's turning 16 next month. In 1 month, she'll be 16. So I mean, for a 16-year-old dog, she's very good, but she's definitely finally this year, she's getting older. I could tell for the first time. She was never really getting older till now. Like jumping up is harder. So I've got her the ramp on the couch, the ramp on the bed. She just can't jump as well as she did before and stuff. Like before, she would just jump on the couch. She was happy. Now she tries occasionally, but I don't want her to do it. A quinceañera. That's true. That would have been very funny, actually. Buy her a little Mexican dress for dogs. That would have been cute. You should have told me that last year, Gunther. That would have been hilarious. Giving my dog a 15th coming out party. That actually would have been very funny. I could have had friends over. I could have done like all Mexican food, Cinco de Mayo stuff. That actually would have been hilarious. And her walking around in there must be little Mexican dog dresses, right? There's gotta be. Okay. Oh my God. I'm coming. Dear Lord. I'm getting whined at here. All right. I'm going to go, guys. We're already at 7:30. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the gifts. Tomorrow morning, like I said, the monthly people join us. We will have the show at 11 a.m. And then let's see when the next show is. Monday, I'm flying to Chicago, so there's no show on Monday because I'll be flying that afternoon. And the rest of the week, let's see how I feel. I think I'm going to bring my computer anyway, but let's see how I feel about doing a show. I just don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. All right. See y'all. Let me, as always, Discord, YouTube, TikTok. All right, Discord. Well, I'll leave you guys to say goodbye to each other here. There. That way the Discord people can still say hi, say goodbye to each other. YouTube, see y'all. My nose really is itching tonight.